All right, it says we are live. Harmonizing Journey to Realignment Foundation Series, Mastery of Keylonta, Postures of Love, Steps Towards Joy, Episode 5. I'm Keylonta. And this is Louis Oxley.
Hello, thank you for having me here.
Wait, waiting for Harmonizing Journey. So maybe we're not live. Oh, okay, now we had the notification.
Okay, just got it.
Okay. Oh, I think we're live now. Okay, now we have the notification. We're live now. I forgot to put my sound down. I have it where it doesn't send the notifications. Okay. Okay, I think I did get the Harmonizing Journey to Realignment Foundation Series part. But I'll just in case. Mastery of Keylonta, Postures of Love, Steps Towards Joy, Episode 5. Keylonta, Louis Oxley. Okay. All right.
We're doing good. We're doing good.
Don't worry about being perfect, Louis. Just go with the flow. Just be yourself. And welcome. And I think we got 2 people, 1 person, maybe 1 or 2. We'll see. Welcome to everyone who decided to take the plunge into understanding who we are as spiritual beings living out the mechanics of manifestation of Keylonta. The primary resource used was the Postures of Love and Steps Towards Joy manual by Rose Tobin of the Cathara team by Azurite Press. You know what, Louis? I should have you say this. You want to just finish reading? So I was at the go from the primary resource. Yeah.
This is an excellent summary of applying the freedom teachings in your daily life. I am no way affiliated with Azurite Press or Arias Productions. The link to download the PDF is on the harmonizingjourney.com website on the HCR seminars page. Please put your comments and questions in the chat to share in the discussion. Also, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps us out and gets us out through the algorithm pretty much. And welcome, Louis Oxley, me.
Fellow Gradekeeper and wealth of chaos knowledge. Yes. Here you go. All right.
Okay.
All right. OMNI-LOVE, fully engaging the love vibration. Honoring the divinity within all. Namaste. And it was page 15 out of our Postures of Love PDF. Oh, and we do have. That was. Oh, okay. All right. So, OMNI-LOVE is the fulfillment of the Christos principle, the goal toward which human evolution moves forth through progressive activation of the 12-strand silicate matrix DNA template and the embodiment of the avatar identity, which we've been talking about with the Introduction to Keylonta class. And understanding that your Harmonic Universe 1 incarnate self, your Harmonic Universe 2 soul level, your Harmonic Universe 3 over soul level, your Harmonic Universe 4 avatar Maharata being. That Maharata is huge. It's a Veka system, basically. You are a Veka system. And you have all those different selves within you, and you are able, an avatar, when he's fully functioning at will, is able to go and manifest within the Harmonic Universe incarnate level 1, and then at will transition out of that into level 2, Harmonic Universe 2 of his soul expression, into his group soul expression. He's also able to make connections into his primal life and sound fields, Rishi connections. And that is that harmonization of all those levels is that OMNI-LOVE. It's that being whole and complete. It's those different eyes of identities of those selves all working together as one being. That's really what and it's going to be such a good, if I didn't have to space on that last word, ascension. That's really what ascension is. That's what ascension is. Expanding and opening up into those different, and they're all orbs, right? We're seeing the shield orbs, radial bodies, spheres within spheres within spheres. And that love is that harmonizing, that awakening, that openness, that expression of those levels together. And it's within that Cathar grid structure of those energy lines and energy centers of perpetual renewal and awareness and knowledge.
Yep.
An identity. Okay?
Yep.
That is huge. Engaging the love vibration. Okay. Anything you want to add to that, Lewis?
Yeah. So obviously within KS it talks about the 3 different types of love. You've got soft love, you've got tough love, and then you've got...
We will be getting to that. Hold your thoughts on that. We do have, you got to go over the, although I know I got it too late, the PDF. We're going to talk about that. Hold on.
We've actually got a question from Lotus Child.
We got a question?
Yeah.
Lotus Child. How is this experienced? Very good question. There's all kinds of different ways that you can. I mean, Keylonta science gets into the freedom teachings, have a variety of different techniques that you can do. The work that I do, has a particular technique specific to doing that. But really, I mean, just starting out and just in the beginning, just really tuning in within your eternal being, like in meditation. I mean, just starting out with that. And just going within that stillness within. And then you can kind of, when you get in tune with that, you can and hold the intention of, now I want to connect with my soul and feel what that soul level connection is with your Tara, your angelic reality connection. And then feeling your Gaia, mother, group soul, tribal connection. And then you can connect out with your avatar, which is more of the universal galactic connection. And just feeling what that connection is, of that kind of pale silver liquid light being. And then coming back down. I mean, you can go back and forth through that. You can, of course, utilize the Keylonta science and their techniques. And Lewis has a Telegram channel that has all the old material to look at. Or again, I'll be going through what I do, but that's a start.
There's actually a technique that Rose Turbin goes through in the Postures of Love manual, and it's a technique that was in Cathar level 1. I think it's called something like the Mahara Space Comfort Touch or something.
Okay, yeah. And to get a copy of that, if you don't yet, it's harmonizingjourney.com website, the HGR Seminars series page. You scroll down and you will see the link for the PDF, and you can download the PDF and be following along with us and going through all the stuff that's in there too. Lots of stuff to do. Yeah. Thank you for that question. I look forward to more questions and hope we get more people to ask more questions. Okay. All right. So we just talked about in the previous page of connecting into our avatar silicate 12-stranded silicate matrix. We can also expand and work into our spirit body with what's called the Adashi Adept. So that part of us chose as an ascended masters to come into a reality system with a specific template that happens to be our body blueprint, right? Our morphogenic field, our manifestation template, the Cathar grid structure. We chose why we wanted to come, and we chose our body blueprint in relation to why we wanted to come. And that's page 8 of OMNI-LOVE. This body blueprint embodies the good, the bad, and the ugly, which I've been kind of talking about that recently. As adepts, we have been sifting and sorting who are we as Aya in relation to the glitch we find in that first cause light of creation, which I've been talking about that lately, of as Aya, as the eternal within our core, first cause light, or before even the first cause light, when source is Aya, was just thinking about the idea of manifesting, and that generated within the Crystalla, out the Christos of light body, Cathar gritty structures, energy lines, and energy centers. There was a in-breath back in, and with that in-breath back into that core of Aya, there was lots and lots of good creations, some not so good creations, and then downright ugly stuff, phantom matrix, nasty stuff. And because the higher up you go, the less there's actually time as we know it. There's a point where there's still that in-breath, and it's continually, we are sifting and sorting out what's what and feeling it out, and what do we want to keep, and what do we not, and how do we want that, and all kinds of different things. And I think with each breath, we're continuing that process. So as an Adashi Adept, that's the expression of Aya going out into all the different realms, experiencing all of it, good, bad, and the ugly, and then coming back up through the dimensional domains, back into the core, digesting it, deciphering it, figuring it out, and then back out. And so there's a lot to who we are. We're not just these little teeny little human being bodies on a planet Earth. We are huge and ancient and old. So there's a excitement with that whole experience of being that in-breath, out-breath of Aya throughout quote unquote time and space, experiencing all of the visualness of experience of that manifest idea of being in light body structure creation. You want to add to that, Lewis?
Oh no, you answered the question actually.
Okay, good. And kind of looking again at this core connection, the Crystallate Council members, the Adashi Adept travelers of the mind of Aya, because remember I said Adashis from the core out through all the domains, back up again. We are within the Crystallate Council. And so the embodiment of OMNI-LOVE is the goal toward which human evolution moves forth. So this is where your OMNI-LOVE is soft, tough, and enduring, honoring self-love and others, which I'll let you talk about that. And I just want to say, again, looking at the cosmic God seed Akasha Ea that we've talked about in the introductory material, there's that is within the core. That's a kind of a geomancy, what's called a geomancy code. Okay, so in the real world, it probably doesn't really look exactly like that, but it is holding that mathematical code. So we are an orb with a still point consciousness within holding that mind of the Cathar grid structure of the energy lines and energy centers, and the riches of the vortices of the pillars that all these different Cathar grid structures all together make. So just imagining being that really huge orb beingness. Okay, so, and of course within the 13th pillar, within the center, and the Crystalla within the core, and then the outer manifestation of the Christos, and then the form constant sphere structure of the Manu holding. Okay. All right. So you want to talk about the OMNI-LOVE, is the soft, tough, and...
I was just going to kind of ask the question, because kind of like what you were saying about the 13th pillar and becoming the Manu itself. Because obviously down here, where we go through dimensions,
it's not becoming the Manu. We are the Manu. The Manu is expressing as, is outpicturing as the Christos, outpicturing the light body structure.
But as we go down the polarizing process, where we actually split down into densities 1 through 4, until we reach, I don't know, dimension 12, for example, wouldn't soft love and tough love just be an example of Mane and freaking Mane and Eerie? Because obviously you got the OMNI-LOVE, which would be
this is what I got with the soft and the tough. Soft, and which never is not the way Yesha has said it, but this is the way I got, is, at least I don't think she says it this way. So to me, the soft is how we harmonize with ourself, with our different levels of ourself, as well as those that align with us within our holographic reality we create, right? Within our personal planetary morphogenic field structure. So there's the harmonizing aspect of that, which is soft and loving and OMNI-LOVE, energy.
Yeah.
And then the tough to me would be more like the divisions of dividing that structure up into domains. And so there's, each domain has its wall, like Harmonic Universe 1 has its, I forgot what it's called. Block. It has its block, right? Yep. It's not like everything can just be like this. Now it's all kind of has a more rigid structure to it.
All right.
Not that that's bad, but it's just has more structure to it. So you can't be like this. You have to kind of hold a structure. Now she would talk about it more like kind of the same thing I sort of said with the soft. That's the hug, love, nice. And then the tough would be when somebody's saying no, stop, making people accountable, making yourself accountable, holding the line, structure, order. So it's still kind of the same thing, just variations on how you want to say that. And in that, both the soft and the tough, there is an enduring, honoring self of yourself with who you are, with your levels of being, and then how you connect with others around you and how all of it is going on simultaneously, right?
Yeah.
Past, present, future, all of it's together in the now.
So that's exactly what it is then. Love itself, regardless of what love is, because OMNI-LOVE is everything that is whole. But at the same time, when you do polarize down, it doesn't matter if you're doing soft love or tough love. It's because the way you kind of explained it, it seems like regardless, those types of love,
done at the same time.
It's all going to be, it's all a part of the structure, so to speak. It might be good actually just to do the descriptions of soft, tough, and OMNI-LOVE. I mean, I don't particularly have them on me. I'll probably find them. We've also, we have some comments as well.
Yes, she was wondering, I think, where the material is that we're going from, and she sees it's postures of love and steps towards joy.
Oh wow, just having massive deja vu.
Yeah, so, it is what so this is Lotus Child. I see the title of the video, and it is what I would explain as becoming one with one's multidimensional identity It is pure joy. Perfect. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. That's beautiful. Okay. And part of that discussion, we would look at, does Aya or it have a preference? The good, the bad, and the ugly polarity, page 16 out of the book PDF. So, I wanted to start out with, on page 60, out of my HDR Grid Keepers Handbook, page 60. Actually, 59. I wanted to look at letting go of bondage, SEPA, in regards to this, setting the tone framework to look at that question. So, letting go of pre-programmed ways of living now. Accept and appreciate life as it is, being in a state of perpetual engaged detachment. No longer do you choose to be in opposition to any part of yourself. Live fully in the now moment. Do not hold tight to anything, but do not forsake anything because it is messy. Life is messy, wonderfully muddy, dirty, and earthy. Attachments are a healthy part of life. Through our attachments, we expand and grow. Without because this is really to understand about preferences. You really got to go into the mindset and how realities created. So that's why I'm reading this. This does have a point. So without attachments, we think we will stay in happy. Okay, so let me just start from the beginning. So attachments are a healthy part of life. Through our attachments, we expand and grow. Without attachments, we think we will stay in happy state of being. So that's like if Source had just said, I'm going to stay within the 0 point and I'm never going to leave that place. Right?
Yeah.
But Source said no. While this is a place of renewal, being in that 0 point, and creative potential without the attachment, within this place of renewal and creative potential without the attachment to something, for example, an idea, a way of being, or a relationship, there is no in-breath or out-breath of perpetually renewing expansion of life. You're just staying. Right? Stillness,
Yep.
0 point, nothing. It feels good. There's no trauma. There's nothing happening. It's within our eternal core. Our breath vibrates from our eternal core of being, lighting up a unified field of possibilities. We choose experiences from the light up, unified field. We then breathe them back into the core of our eternal being, and there is a backflow that expands, renews, and enlightens the whole unified field. These creations develop a life of their own as we give more thought and intention to them, further developing these relationships or bonds. These relationships enrich and expand who we are as God's Source First Eternal. As Seth by Jane Roberts said, a probability timeline event is created with each thought intention. We merge in and out of these probabilities timelines with every now vibratory field energy signature we breathe. The problem with attachments comes in every time we lock or bind ourselves to one way of being enmeshed, no matter how great that that intention was or that thought. We are no longer open to other possibilities. A stagnancy occurs over time, making us feel shut down and bound up, miasmic. We forget there are other possibilities as we live a narrow, fixed life. In essence, this is a death sentence to an eternal being. When we stop breathing, we have just shut ourselves off from the flowing as God's source, first eternal, the power that creates worlds. Immortals of the second creation are then born. Second creation mechanics lives in a fragmented state, holding on to the unified field light emanations without the backflow renewal, returning to breathe into the core. In this immortal state, we look outside ourselves for sustenance to the point that many of our individuated self-expressions have eventually fragmented and become mortals. Most societies today are good examples of living within fixed rules and regulations that give us a false sense of security. We are it, eternal, immortal, mortal, and more. When we choose to follow our own internal, eternal guidance in each now moment, then we are remembering the God Source First Eternal, Ayah, Aye, Yumi, We, Us, They, It, of the in-breath and out-breath of life renewal. We are living and experiencing the Keylon-coded Elementa impulses as well with this. Steiner talks about this, that there's these impulses, these programs that pulse through the grids, come into through the planetary grids, and they're either energies that we need to line up with or not line up with or work through, but we're always generating and creating something new, evolving. And in that, again, remember I was talking about that of the original breath, and we're sifting and sorting. So we're learning about discernment. We're also learning about judgments. And discernment skills is not necessarily the same thing as judgment. Because, judgment in terms of, discernment in terms of looking at things with clarity. Not what we think they are, but just watching and assessing. Again, another way of saying sifting and sorting. What's this? What's that? How does it work? Oh, this is fascinating. Oh, that's that over there. Okay, I see how that fits in. That's over there. That doesn't fit. That doesn't help. That makes things, there's harm that occurs with this. And learning the difference between what's good, bad, and ugly. Judgment is when you decide, no matter what, something such and such. And you're locked in, you become bonded to something, to a particular impulse to be a particular way. And that's when we get stuck. But when we can stay in the space of discernment, where we have the more engaged detachment frame of mind, we can be awake and aware to everything, experience everything, appreciate everything where it's at, but not get bound up in any of it. And what's happened with more of the ugly of the polarity imbalance, because when you're in a discernment perspective in regards to polarity consciousness, the light and the sound, right? The electrical, the magnetic, the male, the female, the light and sound, within the form constant of the Manu, right?
Yeah.
When we hold that, then that's a really nice space to be in, and we're flexible and we can flow and move. But when we get stuck and binded by that judging things, I'm putting down this is it, and we're stuck in this particular alignment, the miasms build up, you get the ugly starts to get created. That's when we get the Crisco default system. The Crisco design was when things got misaligned too much, there's a natural recalibration that occurs. We use the word space dust return, but you could say stardust return. Because remember, all of what we're experiencing is the out breath, Christos, light body, emanation structures, right? The kind of holographic projection. So when that goes kaput, because it's not being fed anymore, there's no more perpetual renewal, right? Talked about that some other days. The perpetual in-breath, out-breath flow of renewal stops when you block, when you judge too much, you've got bounded by too much, you're holding, you're getting twisted up, miasmic. The natural, because we're eternal beings, that's not who we are. We're not the light body structure. We're just living out that experience of being light body structure. It kind of goes, let's clean that out so that I could take that part of myself back in. And then when I'm ready, I will breathe that back out as a new creation. What we're wanting to do, though, is that's different than any other time is with that Christos default system, we're doing kind of a modified version of it right now, where there's a certain amount of, but then it's taking the consciousness, those elementi impulses, ideas, and holding them and bringing them up and experiencing the identity of those and realigning, recalibrating to where eventually it'll come back out again, but it'll come back in more whole, because we don't want to lose any of those experiences. No matter how ugly they are, we want all of our experiences because it's all fascinating to us. Do we have any other questions?
I'd probably like something I think we should probably add is the importance of self-love. That's another type of love that we never really talked about. And the whole thing with self-love is really realizing that no matter what you do, no matter how much you kind of judge yourself, you're always worth something in the eyes of God, in the eyes of Source. Because in a lot of ways, we can do something bad and we'll kind of judge ourselves and think that we're not worthy of love and all this other kind of stuff. But the reality is, if you just realize that you are loved and that you're valued, everything would just flow out. Everything would be absolutely fine.
You're it, capital I, capital T. You are everything. Yeah. And everything is you. But it's not in a Luciferic, abstract, woo-woo thinking. It's literally, just being present and grounded and stabilized and knowing that you are so loved. From every cell of your body to everything around you, there's this deep abiding love because you're it. You're that. But knowing that you're also the good, the bad, and the ugly. So there's probably parts of yourself you may want to get to know a little bit and may have some discernment skills. And it's not all right? Love, light, and cluelessness, right, Lewis?
Yeah. There's a nice little quote about this. Learning to control the mind is not a rigid thing. It's not a forced thing. It's a thing that must be done out of love. It's a thing that must be done in a way where you can start off with absolute love for yourself, absolute forgiveness for yourself ahead of time. Absolutely, I will not judge myself. This is how you begin the process of learning general mastery of the mind patterns. If you repress emotions because it doesn't feel good and use your mind as a dictator instead of as a liberator, you will simply tie yourself in knots.
Exactly. Yeah. You have to be in tune, love yourself, be grounded and stabilized within your own being, trust your gut, trust who you are, and then that will then draw in and out picture everything around you, for sure. Everything around you will be an expression of where you're at with yourself. And I just wanted to once again say, talking about the glitch in the matrix, of the good, bad, and the ugly, remembering that crystal spiral is how the Cathara grids that I would, structure, that they interface, all like the cells of your body are made up of Cathara grid structures, these very minute ones, and they all work and spiral together. Your body spirals, your whole matrix spirals of all these different vortices of energy lines and energy centers of these Cathara grid structures. And that's how all the way up, all the way back into the core of who you are, in and out of the whole matrix structure. That's how the perpetual renewal works. That's how you're an eternal being. Whereas with the Fibonacci spiral, which is really the Metatronic death spiral, is a structure that hooked itself into the natural crystal spiral, and it's a modified, it's sort of a deformed Cathara grid structure, because again, second creation mechanics cannot create outside of the organic. Everything is created from Aya, from the organic, from who we are, all that is. But the glitch can occur and modify the organic structure and make it into its own design. And that's the Fibonacci tube torus flowers of life mechanics. It's part of the original organic structure, but it got modified and changed, and has taken us off. So it's actually why we have death on this planet. It's because we're hooked into that Fibonacci spiral. Yes, you can look in the microscope and you're going to see that structure. That's why everything dies here. Okay, it's locked in. It's not perpetually renewing anymore. What? We have another question? Or you had something you wanted to add?
I just really wanted to emphasize with the Fibonacci spiral that a symptom of being a part of the system, because both of these systems are kind of like interlaid with each other. My own personal experiences. You've got two realities kind of playing out, and it's kind of interesting. You can kind of see both of them kind of playing out in different reality kind of things. But really, one of the symptoms of being a part of this Fibonacci spiral, this second creation finite mechanics, is that the way that it really powers itself up is through something called the BB games. So if you're ever kind of wondering, how do I get out of this second creation finite mechanics, we do have something in the KS teachings that was introduced very early on, which was the 12 attitudes of mastery and the 12 attitudes and the 12
the attitudes and responsibilities of mastery.
There we go.
Plus, I get it and do it in here too. That's what does it too. Yeah.
But I guess it's really just important to master them, because once we start to master them, we can we create more control of our hologram itself, and we stop powering up this spiral. And the more energy that we just take away from the spiral, the more that this whole matrix will start to fall apart, and we can actually start to realign ourselves back into the crystal.
What's the frequency connected to every thought you have? Or is it frequency that's raising your frequency, or what some people like to say vibration, but it's really your frequency? Or is it lowering it? Or is your words and thoughts lowering it? When it's lowering it, that's going more into the death spiral ideology, or what I call second creation finite mechanics, which is Fibonacci spiral, tube torus, net earth, net earth, flowers of life. program? Or are you raising? And that breaks that cycle, because when you raise your frequency, you're no longer running the VV game. VV game cannot live in a high frequency thinking, which would really be low vibration, but high frequency. So yeah.
There's also a technique that you can really do, and I think it's technique 5 of flame body, where you actually go inside the silver sanctum
Lewis,
within
that's
the
too much,
array.
sweetie, for this particular group.
But it's not master.
Like I said, there's a lot of techniques and a lot of things that people can do. And before we're done, and I think have the link in the description to connect with Lewis's Telegram group. And he has all kinds of good stuff there. And I think in the future, he's going to be doing more specific things as well. So yes. All right. Okay. In conclusion, through living in OMNI-LOVE, all moments are known as sacred. All beings are known as blessed. And life becomes an ecstatic study in reverence for existence. And just as a reminder, with that is when we're talking about the counter-rotating spirals. So again, of the Merkaba structure of vortices. So we are, imagine you're running your Cathar grid energy lines and energy centers. You've got one vortice that's running one way, electrical, clockwise. You have a bottom spiral counterclockwise. They have different ratios. One's 33 1/3, and the other's 11 2/3. And they run counter, and there's focus with that. And then there's energy that circulates around that, and you get a beautiful sphere of energy. And we are, again, a Eka-Veka system. So that's our Veka. That's our parallel. That's our primal life within the monad. Bigger Akasha, we fit in a bigger Cathar grid structure. This one fits into a bigger one. But this particular Akasha that holds our primal light and sound fields and Eka-Veka system is also that crystal spiral structure. So all of that really is a spiral of consciousness that the eternal is connected into through the monads within the center, which of course you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, anyway, within the center of that diagram of the Akasha, in the middle of it is the monad, the 13th pillar, the Kristalla. And then the Cathar grids themselves are the outpicturing Christos. And there's just bigger, goes from littler to bigger to bigger to bigger to bigger, but it runs that system, and that system again is spiraling vortices, pillars of energy. When we have the Riches, pillars of energy, of running all those Cathar grid structures together. And when you can tune into that consciousness and meditate on it and do the energy work to line up in the techniques, you really start seeing how huge you are and how you're really connected to everything, and everything's connected to you in a very stable, awaken, aware way. Again, with the good, bad, and the ugly, all mixed in.
Until further notice.
But thankfully, there's more good than the bad and the ugly. Okay. All right. Harmonizing Journey to Realignment, private sessions. And I was thinking with that I was wanting to not just read that I read that all the time. But again, it's also a very simple way of making that connection in with your own eternal core, bringing in, because we're multidimensional, right? All those different domains. Each density level, you have a part of yourself there, which I kind of call it like your clan family. And it goes from your density 1 all the way out back and out, which then is all contained within the menu, the form constant within the eternal core. You have all that within you, and it's all there to bear for you, to work with you, and to heal with you. So we work with that amongst many different things. And yeah, did you want to add anything, Lewis?
You explained it perfectly.
Okay. And the link is in the description to learn, to read up more on, go on my website and read up more about it and the mechanics behind it, and then when you're ready to purchase. And then we also have the HDR Grid Keepers Community Membership Program. And that is more kind of really utilizing a lot of what's here and more. And we've got quite a playlist of journeys that we've been doing to line up with the new energies that have been coming in to disengage us from the old Tube Taurus Net Earth reality and align us into the crystal, back into the crystal spiral, and live within that crystal, learn what that's about, and to embody it and work with it, and what's blocking us to be in that. And yeah, just, you want to add anything you want to add to that, Lewis?
Oh, I've got a lot to add. I've got a lot to add. I just don't know how to kind of explain it. It's going to be one of the most beautiful, amazing healing journeys that you're ever going to be on. God, I really don't know how to kind of describe it. It's really just building your pillar. It's really having that love for yourself, kind of what we were talking about before, having that self-love to take responsibility and to want the best for yourself. And by doing this Grid Keepers membership, all I can really tell you is that the amount of growth that I've had within the last year has been absolutely ecstatic. Absolutely ecstatic. I can't thank Katie enough for everything that she does. And after every single session, you see the difference, you see it, you feel it within yourself, and it projects outward into your holograms, or the issues that you have within this net Earth. It might not be perfect, but after doing these sessions and consistently doing the techniques and journeys that we do, bringing in more of the frequencies, everything gets a lot more bearable, everything gets a lot easier, and everything just starts to realign. And it's such a beautiful journey, looking back at where you was 1 year ago, 2 years ago, and looking where you're at now and what you're doing and what you're able to experience. Because it's not Katie that's doing the work, it's you.
It's the whole, yeah, it's individually, your personal, who you are, and then how we connect as a shield. Yeah. And, you know, there's the core shield that meets, you know, regularly. And new people coming in, I have it nicely structured to where you can take your time, and there's certain journeys to go through and work to build your confidence up and develop yourself to where then you can align into the shield as well and work up, go live. You're invited right from the get-go to the monthly book discussion part for sure. And then when you do come, then for your first time, then we do a little orientation, introduce you, and, you know, answer any questions that you have. And yeah, you're off and running, doing your thing. And then when you're ready, join the group, join the live. It's great. Some people may never join the live. They may just want to do the recorded sessions, and they're happy with that. That's awesome too, because everybody's growing at their own pace. But it is connecting into the frequency and the energy and the shield that this group has created and is continually creating. And you don't have to be know everything about Keylonic science and be this big guru and do this. Just the openness and guidance I listened to Katie and Lewis, and I'm like, this aligns with me. I hear this information. This is something I can get into. And then you're more than welcome to work at your own pace to connect in. Okay. And yes, so, and if whether or not you join the group or even do a private session, this is just really an awesome book just to have, because I'm the kind of person, what is, it's like, oh, join this community, do this, do that, da, da, da. And I'm like, do you have a book? Can I just read the book on it? I could do, here it is. So, yeah. And again, Adashi Adept is a grid keeper who has traveled through all dimensional domains, returning fully embodied as to the core of the all that is, God's source first eternal. Through the experience they have developed high emotional intelligence to navigate joyfully through the different density planes of existence, choosing to come back to experience this time-space reality. Through harmonizing journey to realignment and self-empowerment principles of awareness, the SIPAs, we expand and grow into our Mashayahana Salon, aka pod space or spirit body. It becomes a travel vehicle to traverse the neural network pathways of the mind of creation as an Adashi Adept. So yeah, this is very helpful in getting a handle on this hologram. It's kind of more of another way of saying it. So it's a really good book, really down to earth. So, and again, the link, it's the link for the Grid Keepers community, the link for the private sessions, all have the link through Lulu to purchase the book. And there's a PDF version and a paperback version of the book. Okay.
Oh, can I say
Yes,
something
sir.
about the private sessions? So recently, I've been doing a couple of videos in what I'd kind of call my journey playlist kind of thing. And one of the videos that I'm planning on doing is I really want to talk about the first private session that I had with Katie and how massive it was. So a little kind of context behind the first session that I had with Katie was I was doing a lot of flame body and things, and I was going into the Phantom Matrix. I was kind of physically waking up there, and I was having all these kind of issues, having all these mental problems, emotional issues, and I was just kind of going completely crazy. And then Katie just kind of popped up into my hologram, very, very divine timing kind of thing. And we went in and we did some soul retrieval. Some of the most scary stuff that I've ever seen. It was literally like I was on a crucifix, like a stone crucifix, and I was being used to kind of within the grids, and it was kind of like, looking back at it, I was kind of like, is that why I was having all these kind of issues and things? Mm. And it really made a lot of kind of sense looking back on it. But we went in, we aligned whatever we could get out of there, anything else that couldn't went back to space dust or stardust return, and we went through. But the days and weeks and the years after having that session, it's like all the issues that I was having with schizophrenia, my mental health, everything just went. Progressively just went. And I've done a lot of the methods going through New Age and things that people say they can heal you and all this other rubbish. Katie's private sessions are the only thing that have actually ever helped me and had a long, tangible benefits. So if you are wanting to really do the real work, Katie has the codes. Katie is able to take you into these places and really do the deep healing that you need.
I hold a space where you can connect with your clan and your Buddha team, that you work with them and you do the work. I don't do it for you. I just hold the space and get you where you need to be. That's important.
Yeah.
I don't do it for you. You do it. You are more than capable. Yeah. More than capable. Yeah. Thank you, Lewis. Waking in Alania book series, last but not least. And again, I don't want to, I read that all the time. You can kind of look at it yourself, but making that connection on our Harmonic Universe 2 Terra connection with the Sphere of Immensity and our chain connection to come here. And then this is more of a modernized version of 2012. And the crystal halls of Mente, so working with the inner earth portal systems, and working with that, and the waking up our portal system to work again. A lot of different, it's a kind of a fun adventure type thing. And the last time I did this, it was horrible. The energy was so weird. Let's see if I can, or no, let's see. Let's go back to this book. All right. I just open it up. All right, so here we go, chapter 10. So I'm just going to read a few lines, not a lot, but just so you get kind of the energy, ambiance. All right, so why is it that when the general connected with his soul family, it was so painful for him, said Kara, as the group stood outside General Damien's chamber. General Damien, by the way, is the bad guy. He's kind of ugly. So anyway, well, why do you think that it was painful for him, said Rochelier, which is the big eternal expression being. And Kara says, hey, I asked first. Hey, I asked second, said Rochelier. Okay. Well, I think that it was painful for him because the frequency was too much to truly experience his full being. To have fully looked at himself, he would have had to experience feelings that he has shut himself away from, emotions, Emotions, if expressed, would not have allowed him to do the cruel things that he has done and will continue to do, said Kara. Well done, dear Kara. Well done. I could not have said it better myself. The question now becomes, should we continue to intervene? And if so, how or should we respect his desires and let him go, said Rochelier. If we let him go, will he not just come back bombing or worse again? Can we afford to just let him go, said Eshwa. So anyway, it's a little bit the energy of the book. It's looking at the more touchy-feely, spiritually kind of aspects of the law of one, of kind of the science of Keylonta. So more fun aspects. So again, if you are in the U.S., you can go through Amazon to purchase it. If you are international, you need to go through Lulu, although I really like it. Everybody could go through Lulu.
It's cheaper as well.
It's cheaper and I get more money. So, yeah, I really don't like Amazon. A lot of people do like Amazon. So, okay.
Oh, I'd like to add.
Did you want to add something?
Thing.
What?
Oh, I'd like to add just one last thing that kept popping into mind. Okay. One of the things that Iesha used to kind of talk about, especially in the earlier days, she really talks about the lectures on our history. And she really how she really describes it is that the lectures themselves are a technique in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we read the words, when we read the stories, it's our history. And when we start reading it, that's it. The energy goes down into our template and actually starts reactivating things progressively. And I think it's such a beautiful thing what Katie did, because originally I went through voyages and things, and I was kind of like, oh God, I can't go through this.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish I had the book when I first started, because when I went through the Walking Through Alania books, especially book 1, which is more concentrated just on the halls of Mente and the history that we had on Tara, it really puts the whole perspective of our history. It really brings it down to earth and puts it into a nice, fun story that you can really learn to digest, because a lot of the same topics that's talked about in Voyages is exactly in this book. And I really, really connect with this book because I feel like I am one of the characters in a lot of ways, because I kind of remember certain aspects of it. So I really do hope you guys really are able to connect with this book, kind of like I have, and really see the tangible benefits of it, because the more that you read the book, the more, and it's weird, because you can just be looking at a page and it's just kind of like, ching, 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 the little visions start coming up, and you're like, what the hell is this? And then you read it again, and things start building up, and little pictures start popping up, and obviously sometimes it's a little bit not in sequence, but again, as you keep reading the book, bringing in more of the frequencies, and really going, and really, I don't really know what to kind of connect and open up the fire letters and the connections there, and the little wires of your pathway, things start to really straighten out, and it's just been a wonderful experience, especially when it's such a cheap book as well. It's amazing. And you're working on the third book, aren't you, as well?
Yes, I'm finally getting some headway with that one.
Good.
Yeah. Thank you, Lewis. And the schedule for the month of March, or the remainder of the month of March, I should say. Gosh, it is March, isn't it? March 3rd. Yep. Introduction to Keylonta, episode 6. All the classes are on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. EST, which we will be into daylight savings time. So I guess it's EDT time on the 10th. Part 2, the Council Domains, pages 68 through 83. Also want to kind of, if you can, get Voyagers 1, the Sleeping Abductees, for that history. And I'm also going to do a part 3 and part 4 about that. On that. It's our Insights Terror Show on the 31st at 8 p.m. Energy forecast for April. That's been a fun, interesting session. And then Mastery of Keylonta, episode 6 on April 7th at 8 p.m. I spaced. I was calling it DST, but I realized it's E. No, I still don't get it. It's E. When it's daylight savings time, it's EDT, right? EDT, so Eastern Standard.
Eastern Summer.
Daylight. Okay, EDT.
Sometime, I don't know. I never use summertime here, but I mean.
Yeah. Self-love as a responsibility of mastery. Speaking, Lewis was very good about talking about that. We're going to spend some more time on that self-love of mastery, the eternal internal flame of God consciousness, pages 20 to 24. So again, getting that PDF, reading up on it so that you guys can have some awesome questions when we meet the following month. Again, please, thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful and appreciative of the ones that stuck through it. We had like 3 to 4 people, it looked like, and we've got 2 now, so thank you for those that stuck with it. Always please like, please share to anyone you think would be interested in this content. Please subscribe to get more content if you haven't yet, and hit that notification button. That's really important. And always check to make sure you're still subscribed and still have the notification button, because sometimes that can, whatever goes on with YouTube, you can not be a member anymore. I'm not monetized by YouTube, so donations are greatly appreciated. Again, this is how I sustain and maintain. So whatever you can donate is greatly appreciated. Again, and that's in the description box below. Again, thank you. Love you guys. And
see you soon.
You. Yeah.
Return, please. Please return.
Next week at the same time. What?
Yes.
What was that, Lewis? Yes. Next week at the same time. Introduction to Keylonta. Okay. Alrighty then. Oh, wait a minute, Lewis.
Hello.
There are comments here.
So the title of the video.
See the title of the video. See if I can go. Yep.
Yeah.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Very appreciative. All right, now we can insert. Okay. Thank you. All right. Bye.